Scream and shout. Oh, it's a provided steps. Man, I feel like a all the time. I love this song. Thank you. Everybody, man, I feel like a woman. I absolutely love that album that came out. I was married at the time. But I love that song. I love her. That outfit she wore in the video, that is something I would have worn in the 80s and not hesitated. So, hey, welcome everybody. My guest will be on at 7, Amanda, Finding Mr. Right. So on my lunch today, I wrote down notes to ask her. I'm excited for her to come on. Her videos are just they're funny, they're good. All your scammers are sleeping. I hear you. I hear you. I had another comment on one of the videos, and again, I don't remove it because I totally get their point of view. Oh, I hear you, Christine. But on one of my videos, it was with Leo. A lady wrote, "This is not funny at all because you're showing that African men are scammers, and they are not all like that. Her husband is from Nigeria. He's sweet and loving. Not everyone is the same." Now, I responded back, and it's been a while since we discussed this. I completely agree. Not all of them are. Unfortunately, there's a lot of them that make them look bad. Wayne's World, Wayne's World. Hey, oh, cool, Christine, Sandy. And I talked about Prosper. Now, I haven't seen Prosper in a while, but since he went to Canada for school, he's been like super busy. I did see him do a live one night, but I haven't seen him since, so I'm assuming he's okay. But we've discussed this, and I hope this lady sees this, but I did post back saying, I get it, not all of them are. We know that. Hi, Martina. But we know that because we've met some nice ones on here, especially Prosper. He's our number one dude. Even though he's in Canada now, Nigeria is his home country. So, but then I also posted on a second reply that, unfortunately, if you Google it, Nigeria is the number one country, and then there's China, the Middle East, India, and Africa in general. So, hi, Mama. So, so I just want to state that I know that and you know that. But maybe that's someone who just doesn't follow everything that I do, and that's fine. My feelings are not hurt. I was able to explain what it is that, hey, I get it. I understand, so yeah, my guest will be on at 7 o'clock. This is funny. So as I logged on to TikTok a little early because I kind of wanted to catch up on, where's my pen? On some people I follow. You're not going to believe this. After all this time I have been on TikTok, I got my first fake Chris Evans sent me a message. Now, I didn't respond back. I went and looked at the page. There's no videos, so I'm not going to bother with him. But I just think it's funny because it's the first time I've had him on here. So we do have time for some phone calls. 12:30 a.m. Oh my God. Oh my God. Now, for those of you that can't stay on, like Christine, because it's late, this will get downloaded and the part where Amanda is on will be put on my YouTube channel. Probably tomorrow. Depends. Well, I don't want to stay on too late tonight, but I might be able to do that tonight, but I'll see. I'm going to shoot for tomorrow when I get off work. So, but anyway, but yeah, if you miss it, I always put these on my YouTube channel so that you can watch it at your leisure, pause it, fast forward. I hope you don't fast forward. No, but it's just what I put on the YouTube is just when Amanda will be on. So, so that's that. I think I got a phone call when I was eating dinner earlier. Oh, okay, Williams Jackson. Okay, he said, "Hi, how you doing? Why didn't you come on here since 2 days right now? But I have been text you. I miss you." Oh. Hi there. That's all you're getting right now. I should probably call Beatrice. I'm good. I don't know who this is, but whatever. I'm fine. Okay, great. Oh, fake Keanu Reeves. How are you, my love? Gag me with a spoon. Let's see. Who tried to call? Williams Jackson tried to call. So, okay, let's go over to Instagram. Oh, I have to tell you, on Plenty of Fish, I keep that just for fun. I've switched it over and put Suzanne's pictures on there, just to see. And actually, I got a message from a guy. Says he's from St. Louis. I don't know. Okay, get back. And he said, "You look like a fun person." And I responded back, "I am." So nothing's going to happen because I'm not looking for anybody. But I'm always looking for more followers. So let's go here. More Prince Fazes following me. Pardon me. I will come. Oh, Nintendo's here. Hi, Nintendo. Oh, I forgot to tell my daughter that we had Justin Bieber on here the other night. I think I blocked that account already. This is someone else. Delete. Okay. Let's see. Oh. Okay. This is okay. Ann Sproley's. It's got a picture of a guy with a girl. So I'm going to call Ann and just say, you don't look like, oops. I didn't mean to do that. I hit the thing button and then I got to recall it. Come on, come back. Thank you. So I'm going to call Ann. I don't know what's going to happen. Where am I originally from? I'll just say, well, honey, I'm from Uranus, Missouri. So, and now I'm going to call. Because why not? Right? Right. Because after Amanda's on, I probably won't do anything else. I'll probably end my live. But then I'll be back tomorrow night. So I'm excited for her to come on. I have actually a comment of some of the stuff she had on her thing, but I don't want to talk about it yet. So I'm going to save it for when she comes on. Oh, tomorrow I'm interviewing somebody on my podcast at 5:30 my time, so I probably won't be on till 6:30 or so. It depends how long the interview goes. So, he's the one that he has many jobs, and one of them was as a prison guard. And he has some scammer stories, which should be really interesting. I'm really excited he responded back right away. Okay, so this is Jason Momoa, but he said his name is Taylor Kinney, and that's when I messaged him back yesterday and said, you're using Jason's pictures. He goes, well, my name is Jason Momoa, but I just want to know if you are who you are, okay? I am what I am. I am what I am. I think it's from the Popeye movie with Robin Williams. I am what I am. Let's see, is anybody else online? Oh, Prince Hamadam. Oh, okay. Hello, it's me, Prince Hamad. Am your friend on Instagram. Well, yeah, we're on Instagram. I would assume that. All right, well, to share ideas and discuss about more issues as we talk more about ourselves, I believe as time goes by, there may be something great for us in the future. What do you think? Oh, honey, I think that's awesome. So we're going to call Hamadam Dam. I feel like I should do a little ditty, you know, Hamadam Dam, Hamadam Dam, to come up with some kind of little song. I have this up, don't I? Yes. He probably won't pick up, but, you know. So, how's everybody doing? I don't know if anybody else, but I was sleepy all day, but I slept good last night. I was in the office today, and I had a terrible time staying awake. It was awful. Okay, well, he's not answering. So, oh, here's another one. But, oh, he called this morning. Sorry, when I'm at work, I don't answer the phone. Oh, so this is the other Prince Hamandam Dam, who I sent the bank account information to. Oh, now he's not answering and he's online. He keeps hanging up. And I keep calling. Look at this. I don't need this. I wonder why I didn't have more desk space. Okay, so he's not. Oh, he's busy now, honey. Honey, you should never be busy for me. When I call, my men answer the phone right away. He's talking to his other women. I just sent you bank information. Yeah, if you joined last night, I actually had a dude. It was probably Prince Hamadam. I don't remember who. I have the screenshot. Who wanted me to send $10,000, I think it was. And so he gave me the bank account information, and I remembered to screenshot it right away. Or his mom won't let him talk. So what I did was I got several Prince Hamadam Dams following me and conversing with me. So I just started copying it and sending the bank account information to all of them. And one of them asked why I sent that. I said, well, there's some dude out there pretending to be you, and this is the bank information he sent me. I thought you should know about it. You need to block him right away. Well, I had already blocked him, of course. Yes, if anybody happens to see Amanda enter, Sandy's my girl to do that. Finding Mr. Right. If she pops in here while I'm talking, let me know if I'm not paying attention. Usually I pay attention to who comes in. So just in case. Anybody else online? Come on, guys. You're really killing me here. Well, we could always make some phone calls. Oops. Let me pull that up. Excuse me. Where's my Outlook? My Excel. Scammer phone list. Oops. Need my horn and my.
I said no.
Hey, Susan! Yay! Also, after I have Amanda in here for a while, I will start inviting people in the box if you want to talk to her or ask any questions. Hey, SK, how you doing? So yeah, just a reminder, in about less than 15 minutes, she will be joining my live, and we're going to get to hear all about her. And you can start following her because her videos are so cool. Like I said, I wrote down some notes today, little piece of paper, yeah. That was the one thing I didn't check. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, I gotta ask her about the one. This is gonna be fun. Oh, Amanda's here. Well, we're not gonna make any more phone calls, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies, I'm gonna bring Amanda in right now. Let me turn my volume up. So she's coming in right now. Hello.
Hi.
I am so glad that you were able to pop on. I started this where's my pen? In January, trying to bring other people on my lives that talk anything about scamming and stuff. And I came upon you. I've been following you, but all of a sudden last week your video, when I'm in the office at lunch, when I'm eating, I watch TikTok, put my headphones
Same.
on, and that's how I came across that. So I'm like, oh my God, I got to invite her.
I
So
love it. Thank you. And I used to do lives like all the time, and I've been like totally slacking. So it's like now I always like, you didn't force me to do a live, but I like having like getting the opportunity to do them because it like pushes me to like get back into doing them. So thank you. I'm glad you reached out to me.
no problem. Yeah, no, I started doing, I was only doing them like twice a week, but I'm doing this new thing. I don't have my sign here. It's called Pink Lady After Dark. But basically, I talk to scammers try to get guys to talk to me, and everybody here watches it. So
That's
anyway,
awesome. I love that.
yeah.
Sorry, my cat's here. He likes
Oh,
I like
hi.
this is Gus.
Hi, Gus.
I like literally just got home like 5 minutes ago, so he's like, wait, it's my turn. Pay attention to me. But yeah, he's usually good.
I won't keep you on more than an hour. Unless you want to stay longer. So how long have you been on TikTok?
So I have been. Sorry, I'm gonna try to answer this so I can prop my phone up with something. Give me.
Sure.
Oops. Sorry. Sorry. Give me 1 second.
Oh, no problem.
I'm just gonna turn otherwise this is gonna look like crazy. I'm just gonna turn my camera off for 1 second.
Okay.
I didn't even do that. Oh well. I'm just trying to get it. God, my phone case won't come off. I'm a mess right now. Forgive me.
Okay.
Okay. Let me get you propped up.
Okay.
So how long have I been on TikTok? So I think like a lot of people joined TikTok at when the pandemic started. So March of what was that? 2020. And I mean, I'm a bit old, but I'm 37 now. So, I was kind of like, let me see what all these kids are talking about, blah, blah, blah. Like, let me just download it. I remember when I first downloaded it, I was like, I don't even have a clue how this works. Let me figure it out. I got nothing else to do. I got nothing but time, right? So might as well. So I did that. And then I don't really know like, at first I was just like, posting like I think I was doing dance trends like everybody else, and I don't know what prompted me to post my first like dating related video, but I do know that like since I was in high school, like my friends have always been saying how my dating life is crazy and that I should write a book about it and stuff like that. So I guess I just turned it into a video, and then just kind of one day I had video pop off, and it kind of went from there. And then thankfully, or not thankfully, I'm thankful I've had experiences that give me stuff to talk about. It's terrible that it's unfortunate that I have these experiences that are so insane that I have stories, but there's pros and cons to it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Well, no, I joined 3 years ago. In the first 2 years, my videos were real small, and But actually, I wasn't on TikTok. And when I moved in the house that I'm living in,
Hmm.
the DirecTV cable guy was here and he saw the magnets on my car that advertised what I did. So he was asking and I was telling him, and he was like, "Well, are you on TikTok? You should be on TikTok." And I'm like, "Okay." So, like you, I signed up. I
Yeah.
didn't do a whole lot. It wasn't until a year ago I started posting my audio conversations, and then it
Sorry
went
about this. We'll
crazy.
sit down. I promise.
Oh no,
Um,
that's okay. That's okay.
sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. So you started posting like a year ago?
Well, I started posting my audio conversations, which I had collected. I would put them on my blog and my YouTube channel of my conversations with actual scammers.
That's awesome. So I did a little deep dive into your page, and so you've been doing like your kind of stuff for a while. How what made you get into it? I mean,
Well,
sorry, I don't know if I'm supposed to be asking you
no,
questions, but I was
that's
just
fine. I
curious.
don't mind talking. Most people know my story. No, I started blogging about it in 2016.
Okay.
I was curious. I'm not looking to date anybody. I'm 61. So, I'm like set. I got an adult daughter, lives with me. I don't have time, because
I
I do
get it.
this, I work full time. But I was curious about online dating, so I joined Match.com.
Hmm.
And the very first guy that contacted me said he was in the army. Now, I've never sent any money.
Uh-huh.
And he said
Good.
he was in the army, and it was a lot of love bombing and sweet talk, and it was weird.
Yep.
So, I was at work the one day, showed my coworker his picture, said, "Look at this guy I met on Match."
Hmm.
And she goes, "Is he in the army?" And I go, "Yeah." And she goes, "Well, he's a scammer." And then she went and explained the whole thing to me. So I was on Match, Our Time, and then the big one, which is Plenty of Fish.
Hmm.
Um, and I was just running into the same stories. And then I would tell my hairdresser, Debbie, "You're not going to believe this story." I go, "Maybe I should start a blog about it because I've always wanted to start one." I love the movie Julie and Julia, the story of
Okay.
Julia Child and Julie
Yes.
Powell, who cooked all her recipes and blogged about it. So that's how that started. And then in 2020, I started to actually record conversations. On my blog, it's just screenshots of the messaging. But I
Okay.
started recording, and I never would answer the phone before. And I don't show myself. If I do, I have a hockey mask on. Or now I wear my wig.
Oh my God, I love that.
If you've seen those. So, but then when I started doing TikTok, that really it took off, and I'm able to reach so many more people, as you know. So
Absolutely. It's a great platform, and I think it's kind of like it's awesome, and it's crazy to see like how many people have these kind of experiences, shared experiences, and it's like, wow, I'm not the only one. And and then also like things that I feel like are I find that are like kind of more common sense to me are like new information to other people, which I think is awesome. That it's like, you know,
yeah,
sharing stuff that I know or that I've learned with other people, and knowing that like it can help people, even as big or as small as that information may be, but it's helping someone. So that's what I love about this platform.
yeah. Well, one of the ladies I recently had on my podcast, her name is Catherine Barra, and she's on TikTok, and she wrote a book about not just her dating experiences and stories, but friends gave her stories.
Yeah.
I still haven't finished the book, but I'm like halfway through, and the stories are hilarious.
Yeah.
So when you said you want to write a book, you should.
Yeah, I should. I think it would just take me forever. Like as it is, making a well, nowadays, like making these videos takes me longer than I'd like. Because now, I
Yeah,
mean, when I first started doing it, again, we were in the middle of a pandemic, and I didn't really have anything else going on, so I had all the time in the world. And a lot of stuff was like more recent, I think, and more like at the forefront of my mind, so it's easier to make those videos. But now it's like, I work two other like a full-time job, another part-time job, and I'm sure like managing social media type stuff is a whole job in itself. Um, and I'm also just a human, and I'm exhausted, and I have a cat that's very needy, also. So yeah, so it's I wish I had all the time in the world, but it's like I do what I can, and it's like I like making videos, and maybe one day I'll write a book, but I just like there'd be a lot of chapters, that's for sure.
oh, I know, I know. On my lunch break, I was watching more of your stuff today. I love your attitude.
Thank you.
You're very is the word? I love your energy too. I loved your energy and I loved your attitude. You're very, you know, you're in it, all in it, and I
Oh yeah,
absolutely love
it's the
that.
New Jersey. I'm a Jersey girl, so
Sweet.
it is like I am not like I'm literally a what you see is what you get kind of person, and I've never been able to be anything but. And
Yeah.
I mean, I'm kind of like take it or leave it, and that's just like the way I am. On here is how I am in real life.
Me too. Me too. I don't put on any airs. I don't wear makeup half the time anymore.
Hmm.
So,
Yep.
I wear it on special occasions, but
I feel you.
so you had I didn't get to all of these, but you had FBI pro tips on
Yes.
your can you share some of those with us?
Oh gosh, there's so
Or
many.
are any dating stories? Because it's whatever you want to share with us.
Well, it's more what you want to know, I guess. So I guess maybe I'll start with this. So the way, maybe I'll start with like how I got into sharing FBI pro tips. Does that
Yes.
help?
Yes.
So let me preface this by saying, so I try to have like playlists on my page that kind of makes it easy for people to go through things. However, when TikTok did their whole like mass removal of audio, it removed a lot of the audio from my videos, and apparently when it does that, it removes videos from your playlist as
Yeah.
well. So I'm kind of in the process of figuring out which videos are missing and trying to repost them. Because again, I've been doing this since 2020. I don't want people to scroll all the way back, forever to have to find stuff. I try to make it
Right.
easy, um,
I
but
need to
yeah,
do
so,
that.
yeah, so yeah, and there's a lot. I think I used to have a lot more muted videos, and then within the last week, I noticed maybe some got unmuted again, which is a relief. But I
Good.
mean, it's a process for sure. Um, but so I got into doing it. I guess for starters, I've always kind of been like good at googling stuff, and always been like I will Google the smallest thing and go down a rabbit hole. I've always just been that type of person. Like I could literally, why is the sky blue? Like I will literally Google it and go down a rabbit hole. Um, and so I've always kind of known how to like look things up on the internet. But what really got me into it, and what kind of sparked that whole series of it on my page, is in 2020. So okay, so July, summer of 2020, I had a really bad like breakup of sorts. Like I was in the kind of sort of weird relationship. Someone who I later learned like he was my best friend. Long story short, I learned he was in a relationship with somebody else the entire time, and that was like absolutely soul crushing, devastating. Whatever. I was a mess. So I was like, how do I get back out there in the dating world, and especially now in a pandemic, and I'm alone, and blah blah blah. So I started going to therapy, and once I kind of learned a lot about myself and learned a lot, sorry,
Okay.
trying to do this best way I can.
He misses mama when you're at
Yes, he
work, I'm
does. He's
sure.
such a mama's boy.
Cute.
So then once I started getting back out there into dating, and obviously now it's really, especially during the pandemic too, it was really all about dating apps. So I get back on a dating app, and I started talking to a guy on Tinder, I think, and the relationship kind of escalated very quickly. But I felt like I'm like, okay, I've been in therapy, I've done the work, like I know, I have a lot of my own personal traumas. Like my parents went through a really bad divorce. I know that has definitely affected me in terms of people I date and what I look for in men. So it's like I was trying to fix that, and I felt like I was at a place where I was healing and doing the work and doing well, and like knew what to look for and not to look for like, these, I was dating a lot of like narcissistic men and men that treated me poorly and things like that. So I felt it was in a really good place. But anyway, so I started dating, and I met this guy who, it was great at first, but I was like always skeptical about things. And the reason why I say that is because so he was in the military. And I should say, for anyone that is curious and wants to see this, the first guy that sparked all this, that is under the Cop Number 2 playlist on my page, and the guy that sparked the FBI Pro Tip series and the story that I'm about to tell you is under the playlist The Breakup. But so the guy was in the military. He also was had an ex-wife. He had kids. all these things. And now I work in family law. I've been doing, I have been doing it for over 10 years now. My own parents are divorced. I know a lot about divorces and about how they work. And so a lot of stuff he was telling me about his past, his relationship with his ex-wife, his relationship with his kids, wasn't quite adding up to me. But it's like, when you're at the beginning of dating, you're kind of like, you're asking questions, but you also know when to not like push so hard. So I was asking questions here and there. And anyway, after about like 3-4 months, again, to make a very long story short, and you can see all the details if you watch the videos, but
Yes.
this
Check her
man,
videos.
yes, the man lied to me about his entire life. And including the fact, so then how did I find out about this? Well, partially because I kept asking questions, and it definitely got to be too much for him, and he kind of exploded and told me a lot of it one night. And then even throughout the whole time I was dating him, like in the beginning, and even after he told me all of this stuff, I was always Googling him to see what info I could find. And nothing seemed suspicious. But now when he told me a little bit more, I was able to kind of like do more specific searches. And anyway, like long story short, I stumbled upon the fact that like he was actually on probation because he was charged with domestic battery by strangulation, which, and let me tell you, like, he and I had a conversation where I asked him if he had any felonies, not just any criminal record. I asked him if he had any felonies, things like that. Like, he said no. Like, I could not be more specific, and I've dated men that have been in jail before, not necessarily proud of it, but it's like, he had no reason to hide it from me. And yeah, so I found that out on my own. I found out about like his whole life, and even still after the fact, like it ended with a big huge fight. The police were called. And then when I finally heard from him again, he basically tried to make everything out to be my fault. But a lot of this information, again, when I was searching, like, so I didn't originally find out a lot of information because, like I said, he was in the military, so he lived in a lot of different states. And, when you do general Google searches and stuff like that, a lot of it, there's still a lot of information that you have to search for by state. So once I had more information, like I was able to search his name in a specific state and then found out info I didn't find out elsewhere. But also I did pay for some like, public background checks and things like that. So that's how I discovered it. And once I shared that story, like people were kind of curious about all the steps that I took. And I think it started like some girl commented and was like, my boyfriend's doing this and I think he might be back with his girlfriend. Like, how would I find out? And I was like, well, here's what I would do. And that just like, I think that video got like 3 million views. That was like the most I've ever gotten. And I'm like, oh, okay, people. And I'm like, something I think is just so simple. I think I told her like, all right, I'd start like go to his Instagram and then scroll through his comments. And if you see people like a girl that appears there a lot, go to her profile. And for me, it's just so like common sense. But I'm like, okay, maybe not everyone knows to do this. So I kind of went from there. And but I realized that people were benefiting from learning about how to do that kind of stuff. And I also realized how scary it is to see what information is out there about people and about ourselves too, that we don't even realize is out there. So sorry, that was a very long story, but that's kind of
No, that's fine.
Yeah.
Well, no, that kind of reminds me. This was before COVID, and I had started my blog and stuff. I did meet a guy. I forgot what app it was. He lives in St. Louis. We met at Steak and Shake, and we got together a couple times. So I started looking because he's divorced and had a daughter, and I did my own little thing. I saw, his ex-wife is Facebook friends with my cousin. So I contacted my cousin and said, hey, I told her I'm seeing this guy. It looks like his ex-wife. And she's like, get away from him. He used to hit his wife and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh my God. So then in Missouri, you can go to casenet.com and look up stuff. And there was like, I don't know the technical, not just, I guess, domestic violence or something. Nothing that he ended up in jail, I don't think, So it's like, so I kind of just said, well, I don't really have time for this. And, and after that, it's like I lost interest. It's a shame because we had a lot in common. But
Of
yeah.
course. But yeah, I mean,
So
it's nice when you have states though that do have that kind of info. Like
yeah,
again, I'm in New Jersey, so we don't. I think we don't have a lot of systems that a lot of other states have that. But like, I lucked out. My ex boyfriend that I was just talking about, he got his arrest was in Florida, and they have Vine. I think is the name of the system, where it's like anyone that's arrested, they go into the system. It gives you updates on their probation and things like that. And thank God for that. But I wouldn't have known, like, doing just a search of his name uh, wouldn't have come up with that. Like, I specifically had to search his name and followed by Florida, and that's how it came up.
yeah,
And yeah, so just like learning how to like conduct those kind of searches and the different types of searches that you can do. I mean, there's like, I try to tell people, like, the biggest thing that I need to stress about, like, my videos and my tips, which actually I was going to post a video tonight about it. Because like, and I'm sure you know this, like, there's sites where it's like, okay, if you want to know somebody's phone number, there's a site for that. If you want to know somebody's address, there's a good site for that. If you want to use like facial recognition, there's a site for that. Every site kind of has a purpose, some kind of overlap, but I always say, like, you can't just rely on one site alone. So I get like the comments I get on like pretty much every FBI tip related video that I have. If I post a video that's like, hey, if you want to find somebody's phone number, use this site. And they're like, well, what if I don't have this information? And it's like,
sorry, I spit. Spy Dialer was the one I wrote down.
okay, so yeah, so Spy Dialer, oh my God. And I think on that video, like, the biggest comment I got on that one was people were like, oh, it's not free, you have to pay for it. And it's like, well, no, there's a lot of ads on that site, and they look like they're a part of the site. You just happen to click on those, unfortunately, and that's why it's paid, but it is a free site. I actually just had someone message me the other day. I guess like they must have clicked on one of the paid things and got like wanted paying for a membership, and he said it was difficult to cancel, and he finally had to cancel like his card, and I felt horrible. And he's like, no, I'm not like blaming you. He's like, it's my own fault, but like, I'm just letting you know. But and it's, again, every site is different. Some are better than others, and it's really just trial and error. And I try to like keep in mind that maybe how I use the internet, like other people, I try to remember, like, other people, the internet may be more foreign to them, and they're not
Yeah.
used to the things that I am. Like, these things, like, I kind of just know what to look for. So I really try my hardest to be as specific and like make things easy as possible for people, because I sympathize and I empathize with people that are kind of trying to find information about people just to, again, make sure that they're being safe, make sure that like whoever they're talking to is the person that they believe them to be, and things like that. Because I feel like so many people take advantage of people, and we need to just kind of be aware of things. And I also understand, like, not everyone wants to pay for background checks every single time. That would be the ideal, but that would get really costly. And it's like, I don't know, it's like, it's nice to know that there are ways around it. You just have to know how to look for them.
The other one you talked about was voterrecords.com. I went on the site on my phone this morning, but it's
Yeah,
not all 50 states. It doesn't
it's
look like.
it's not, and I think I didn't realize that until after I posted it. But again,
Okay.
that's a good example. Like, I got so many comments on videos that were like, well, this state's not listed, or this state's not listed. And I think I even did a follow-up video saying, like, well, okay, so your state's not on it, like, this site's not for you. Like, but I have, so that's why I try to, you know talk about a variety of sites, because it's like, not everything is all inclusive, not everything's going to be for everybody. And again, not even everyone is registered to vote.
Yeah.
And I think I had a woman comment the other day, and she was like, well, if you're dealing with like a catfish who's living in Nigeria, they're not going to be there. And it's like, and again, the video that I plan on posting later today is pretty much saying something that was very second nature to me, that I realize a lot of people don't realize. And it's like, well, more often than not, you kind of have to use like deductive reasoning to figure out if the person you're dealing with is a scammer. Because it's like, it's more, hey, if I don't see any information about them that like confirms the stuff that they told me, then by process of elimination, then it's like more likely than not they're fake. Like, yes, you're not going to find a guy from Nigeria in voting records, but that's the whole point.
I hope
It's like,
not.
right, but that's kind of the point, which I realize I think some people do kind of need explicitly stated, and that's not a bad thing. That's just, it made me see it differently. It's like, okay, wait, so I need to explain to people that, if you don't see this person there, then this is what you should conclude. And again, not everyone's registered to vote, or like you said, not every state is on that site, but it's like with everything that comes up that raises a red flag, you just need to kind of take a note of. And eventually, like, I think at the end of it all, if you have enough red flags about somebody you're talking to, somebody you're dating, whatever your relationship with this person may be, at the end of it, you should be able to go to that person and be like, hey, I have questions and I need some answers. And that's really kind of where it leads to.
Mario, I had this one guy that got so mad because I wouldn't do crypto with him. What is crypto? Well, first off, Mario, if you don't know this person, we always say on here, never send money to someone you don't know. They don't love you, they
100%.
love your money. Can you explain? You probably can explain crypto better than me. It's it's
It,
not real cash.
yeah, I don't even fully understand crypto. To be honest, I know
It's
I
probably
have
like
some.
Bitcoin.
Yeah, Bitcoin's a type of cryptocurrency. It's like you said, it's not like real, but it has a
Yeah.
value somehow. I know again during the pandemic, um, I invested in some, so I don't
Yeah.
really know much beyond that. But yeah, like you just said, don't ever send money to people you don't know.
Yeah.
Um, I even try to be mindful of, you know, even just being like whatever information you do give to people, I try to think about like, okay, I give them this, like how can they use this, like can they use this to potentially get more information about me.
Yeah.
And I've that's another thing too, like since I've been on TikTok and kind of grown a following and whatever, and kind of seen a lot of interesting messages that I get, I've become more mindful of even just how I go about my day and do things on the internet. And like a
Yeah.
perfect example, like I made a mental note, like I don't know if you could tell, I'm wearing a sweatshirt that says Asbury Park. As I live in New Jersey, I know Asbury Park is a town, like people might see it and be like, oh, she lives there, but like I know I don't live in Asbury Park, so that's why it's
Yeah.
like not. But the fact is, like I got on here knowing that like there's someone that could look at that and they know my name, they know my first name, they know they could look up Asbury Park, and then they can find info about me from there. And it's like I try to be very mindful of that, and I think everyone should be mindful of that in terms of everything
Yes.
that they do. And like even sending money, it's like think about if you're doing it through Venmo or through PayPal, things like that. It's like, well, does your Venmo profile, does your PayPal profile, does it have your full name on it? Does it have like your username? Does it have like your birthday in it? Things like that. You just have
Yeah.
to be so mindful about, because there's some really crazy people out there
Yeah.
who will totally take advantage of it.
Yeah. Now I want to get to. So I downloaded. You had talked about the Meet app,
Oh
Meette.
yes.
I signed up for it because I'm just curious, and it said it was a way to make some money. And I thought, well, shoot, I'm good at messaging.
Yeah.
Very first guy that sent me a message sent me a picture of his junk.
Oh no, you do get some of those.
No, that's okay. I'm not offended at all because
But you
that's
get
not the
paid
first.
if you view that message. You get money for it when
Well,
you
I
open.
and I replied and I said, "This is so tiny." Um, whenever these guys want to send me those
Yeah.
kind of things, I always have a snarky comment,
I
you
love it.
know. Okay, let me go back, but I'm not going to show it. Um, yeah, I said that's tiny. And then I screenshot it and sent it to my best friend. Every time I get
That's
that kind of
hilarious.
picture, I send it to my best friend. So
That's so funny.
explain the Meet app to
Okay.
us.
Yeah. So Meet is kind of all right. Meet app, it's advertised as, the way that they market it, it's a another type of like dating app or friend app. It's a way to meet people. It's like kind of think of it, if you've ever been on a dating app, think of it like that. You can talk to people, that are nearby or elsewhere. You can use it for dating or friends is kind of really how they advertise it. But If you are a woman on the app, women earn money from every message they get from a guy. So in order to get the money, like you can't just read the message, you have to like respond to it in order to get the money. Men can also send you like gifts within the app that are worth, so their currency on the app, it's points, and points convert to dollars.
Because
And
I got Cupid gifts.
yeah, those I
These
don't
guys
really,
are old enough to be are young enough to be my kids, so I'm like, no, thank you.
but
I
I
didn't do
respond to,
anything.
and I still to this day, I've been doing this for 2 years, and I think almost 2 years, and I still do the same thing. Like I use the same opening line for everybody, and I copy and paste it. And like, so those Cupid things, I literally paste the same thing into everyone again, just to get the money out of it. Cause
Yeah,
so
that's
those
well.
Cupid,
Actually, this guy looks older, so I did.
so, and it's so bad, but like, and this is terrible on my end, but like I use the app to make money. Full disclosure, I'm
That's
not
what
using.
I'm thinking of
Yeah,
doing. I don't want anybody. I don't have
no.
time.
So I'm not like, I mean, I'll look at their picture, but I'm not really like looking at their information. Like I will, I'll make sure they're like over 18, like usually over 20, because I don't want to, I get nervous about that. But it's like, so age I care about, but otherwise I don't really look at anything else, and I respond. And those Cupid things, I don't really, yes, Gus. I don't really like understand what it is on the guy's end, but it looks like it might be just free messages that they can send out. So I'm like, and they're like pre-written. So I'm like, I know they're not putting in the work, so why do I need to put in the work into a response?
Yeah,
So
it gave a response for the one guy. Because I think it said, oh, that's the wrong one. I don't want that one.
hi,
That's
Bob. Sorry, just
uh,
as you said, somebody.
oh yeah. Um, where is it? Because the Cupid one. Oh, I got to do a voice thing still. I didn't. Like I said, I was at work, so I couldn't do a whole lot on my lunch break.
Yeah, I don't even know
Um,
if I have a voice prompt thing on my profile with that
yeah,
either.
because it said, "Oh, Cupid's love arrow carries a gift for you. Talk with him to get the gift. Sending voice messages will get an answer quickly." So I'll play with this some more later on tonight.
Yeah, so again, like play around with it. And I have a whole playlist about videos about that app too. Again, some of them got removed since sound got removed, but I put pretty much all of them on my YouTube as well, that are, as far as I know, still on there. Um, so
Is your YouTube the same, Finding Mr. Right?
yes, and
Okay.
it's linked. Everything is like, I know like my Instagram's, there's a direct link to it in my TikTok, but
Oh,
I also
okay.
have a beacons page, and like all my other links are in there.
Okay.
But what was I just totally blanked. Oh, so Meetup. So I feel like most people in this country are overworked and underpaid, and our bills are, bills add up, and we don't have enough money to pay them. And I've always like, I've had a couple side jobs, whatever, and to be honest, I'm like, wouldn't it be cool to like have kind of a sugar daddy kind of thing? But I'm like, I don't know if I really, I don't have enough time to devote to one person. I don't want to deal with some, like, sorry, my cat is being annoying.
That's okay.
I don't know if like I could be like fake pretend I'm into somebody when I'm not. So I actually found out about that app from this app, and some girl, talked about it, and so I downloaded it. And sorry, he wants to eat right now, of course.
That is okay. Don't worry about it.
So um so I downloaded it, and then everything else I kind of just learned just by exploring and figuring it out on my own. And yeah, so there's also like different, so what I learned from the app, like it does start off a little bit slow. Like I don't know, if you're having much success at this point. If you are, that's great, but I know it started off very slow for me. And then I kind of learned how to do things on the app, and once you reach, like, I think you have to get 10 points in 3 days, then you can get like superstar status, which then gives you more exposure, which means more men will talk to you, which obviously means more opportunities to make money. They have like events from time to time that give you opportunities to earn more money. But generally, like, all in all, the whole point of it is I don't really, I don't, I think maybe there's been one or two guys where I could honestly say we've gotten into like you know, more meaningful conversations, but usually I go back and forth with guys like no more than 10 times and then it dies off. But I'm talking to a lot of them at once, and those points add up, and those points equate to money. And it's nice because I literally spend 10 minutes a day on the app at most.
Yeah.
And you know, I could do it during my lunch break or something like that, and it's kind of a cool way to just like make money.
Yeah.
And so like I said,
Yeah.
I think I started in July of 2022, and I'm almost to date I've made about like, I think I'm at like $4,800.
Sweet.
Yeah, so
Sweet.
pretty cool.
Yes. No, it was so fun. I'm like, well, I got to download this and check it out. So,
Yeah.
he's cute.
I mean, listen, there are people that definitely use it as a dating app, and you can like,
Yeah,
but
yeah. I mean, is there a place on there? Like I said, I'm still working my way around it. Like I got my picture, but the circle they give you, my picture, it's like cuts off this much because I
so so that is a tip, yeah, for taking. You have to adjust the size of your picture. So I'm not a pro with that, but
yeah.
one thing I learned to kind of bypass it, if you have your picture, I don't know if you are like on an iPhone or on a computer or whatever, but like if you click to like edit the picture, it will like go into like a little bit of a zoom out, and then I'll screenshot that.
Oh, okay.
And then I'll use the screenshotted version to make, because like basically every time you try to edit it, it zooms out a little bit. So it's basically like you need to make sure you're further away, and then you can kind of manipulate it from there.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Because it looks, well, let me show you what it looks like.
Yeah. Oh, it's like from here.
So what I'll do is I'll put it on my computer and I'll use Paint to
There you go.
to mess with it.
Oh yeah, because I don't think it gives you the opportunity to move it up or down.
No, it gives a circle. I thought, oh well, I could just, and it doesn't. I was messing with this for like 10 minutes, and I'm like,
and I will say there's definitely things that still do frustrate me about the app. That was definitely one of them. But like, I think the app, they're based in the UK. So yeah, they're based in the UK. So I think, so I know even just from like looking at what they post on their event pages and when I've contacted their support team, just there is still a little bit of a language barrier in a way, and it seems like they are still figuring things out on their end. Like it's still a relatively new app. So it's not perfect. There's still things that I don't understand. There's still things that I'm trying to figure out as well, but I'm making money while doing it, which is really great. And
another question for you, and I don't want to harp on this or go ask too many questions about it.
Oh no, you can ask.
Is there a place where you can like type like about myself?
There is. There's. Okay. I think there is.
I think I did see something earlier. Hold on.
Yeah, there should.
Oh, I can do a video intro. Well, that'll be fun.
And you get money for doing that too. You get points.
Oh, sweet.
So your voice intro, your video intro, and for anyone that's curious about this app, by the way, so it's called the Meet app. I have a whole playlist about it on my page. But I think someone told me recently you now need like an invite code to join. I think when I joined, you didn't need it, but I heard now you do need it. So if you need a code, like if people could use yours if you want to give it to them, or I have my code is any of the videos in the Meet app playlist on my page have my invite code in there. You can use that as well to sign up.
It asked for it, but then it said you could, and then it said you could skip it. So I hit the skip.
Okay.
Obviously it's working because a man is sending me pictures of his junk. So,
That's cool. You should, yeah. But so full disclosure, and again, because I don't like to mislead anybody like by giving out your invite code. So I think the people that sign up using your invite code, like they get some sort of points, but if they use your code, like you get a percentage of like everything that they earn from the app.
Cool.
That, and then like when you post videos, I think up until this recent time, I don't know, I'm going back and forth with them currently because they like don't want to give me points for posting a video. It used to get like 500 points for posting a video about them, which would equate to $50 for every video you posted.
I could do a lot of videos.
Yeah. So, but now currently, like the event that they have going on, like they're saying they have to reach a certain number of views, which I feel
Yeah.
like TikTok has now gotten like, is onto this, and they're like suppressing those videos. So I don't know. I'm currently like sorting it out with them, on the Meet app. But, so yeah, so I will, like, full disclosure, say I think the majority of the points or money that I've gotten have been, from referrals or from posting videos, but, I definitely at least, half of my earnings are from just talking to people and doing things on my own. So I don't want people, I feel like so many people will be like, oh, they're paying you to post about this and that's how you're getting money, or this is a scam. And like, no, not really. Like, I'm very honest about the fact that this is how I make my earnings, but it's like, I also do talk to people, and, I wouldn't tell people, something that wasn't true. But everyone else, the things that I'm doing, everyone else can do as well. So it's like, I'm sharing it because it's like, I want other people to do what I'm doing and get money from it too.
It's the Meet app, and it's spelled Meete.
Mm-hmm.
It's meat with an E.
Yeah. And it's like a purple app. I think it shows up like the logo shows up a bit differently, whether you're on using like an Android or an iPhone.
This is the Meet
Yeah.
app.
So you have an iPhone. That's how it looks on the
Yes,
iPhone.
I have Chris Evans as my wallpaper, everybody. They all know.
It shows up slightly differently for Android users, but I think I just made a video maybe in the last like 2 weeks or so, because someone asked me, said that they couldn't find it in like the Google Play Store. So I actually pulled it up and I didn't realize the logo looked very different. So I made a video about how it looks for iPhone versus Android users.
Cool.
So if you don't have an iPhone, again, it might even be called something slightly, it's like Meet People Now or something to that effect. But if you are wondering what it is, if you don't have an iPhone, you can go watch that video, and I literally screenshot it and put it in the video. But yeah, seriously, I mean, it's been pretty cool to like a nice little side gig that is easy. And listen, I have fallen for so many things where it's like people are like, oh, you can make so much money and it's no work and blah blah blah. And even like those online like surveys that you could do, like, oh, they want you to sign up for things. Like, I am totally a sucker for that, and I totally understand that people watching my videos are probably thinking that is it too. And that's why I make these videos, because I'm like, no, this is the first thing I've done where like that's not the case at all, and it's literally this easy to make money.
Well, you convinced me in your video because it downloaded on my laptop.
Well, I'm glad. I'm happy about that. And again, it's a lot of trial and error. Just play around with it. And, it's just the more people you respond to, the more money you get. And it's, again, if you're using it for the same purpose I am, which is to make money, like, I don't really care about my responses, to be honest, because as long as you reply, even if they don't respond after that, as long as you reply, you get the points / the money, and whatever. And I will say that.
Do guys not get anything except the pleasure of our company?
Correct.
I like it. This must be a woman-run company.
It must be, yeah. And also there is an option to do also phone calls or video calls, and those you definitely will make more money doing those for sure, because I think, oh god, you can honestly make like $5 in 2 minutes by doing those. I did a video chat once. I've never done anything else. I'm just not comfortable with it. I also don't have the time to do that. But a girl I met through this app, she said she used to just like have her video chat up with somebody, and she'd be like cooking or cleaning and just doing her own thing, which they seem to enjoy, but they're paying for it. And she like made so much money quickly doing that. And I'm like, good for you, girl. Like, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And
I could do a video of me putting together my Millennium Falcon Lego that I'm working on.
There you go. I mean, and listen, if you're comfortable with that, like, I wish I could be more comfortable doing that or had more time to do that, because you can make so much money, like, doing that. Like, that's the easy way to make it, like, to make money fast, for sure. And I will say, so this is going to be an exclusive because I can't make a video about this, but I will say this here. One of the top questions I get about the app, asking about the Meet app, is what about taxes? And the reason I can't answer that if the video or even in my comments, but I'll say here, so this is exclusive. I've been doing this 2 years. I, knock on wood, have not had to deal with taxes for it, which is rare for social media stuff. And I wish I could tell more people that, but I don't want anyone to catch on or, come after me for that. So
No, I get it. I get it. I get
yeah,
it. We went years without sales tax from Amazon. So
that's nice. Yeah. And I mean, I'm just, again, speaking because we just had taxes. I'm like, social media, especially with taxes, it sucks.
Yeah. Well, like on here last year, I made under $100 probably. And so I was telling my sister does my taxes. I go, well, I haven't gotten like a 1099 or anything. So I'm like, so finally I told her, look, just do it. It's under $100. I'm not going to worry about it.
No, I did the same thing this year. Like, cause I definitely made more money last year, but for some reason, I got a 1099 for two social media things that were under, it's $600, I think is,
Okay.
and so if it's under if you make less than $600, you're not supposed to even send you a 1099. And I did get 1099s, but I did the same thing. I was like, screw it, because this is going to be more of a, pain to deal with, than it's worth. But yeah, so it's nice when you can have something that you can actually just get the money, that, and not have to deal with the tax portion of it.
I could buy more Legos.
There you go. I mean, listen, and I don't know, like, if they'll catch on at some point and it'll change. And again, the company's not based in the United States, so I don't know like how that works, but that's the situation for right now. And I will totally, appreciate that as long as it lasts.
Yeah. Does anybody want to come in the box now, and ask questions or talk?
I see a lot of highs, but I
Yeah.
don't think I've seen any questions.
Yeah, I think Mario was the only one that asked the one about the crypto.
Yeah.
And Mario did block that person so good. That's what I tell everybody, block them. Ooh, we got somebody who wants to come in the box.
Yay.
Hope. Ooh, pretty dog.
Hello.
Hi, Hope.
Hi, how are y'all doing?
Good. How are
Good,
you?
how are you?
I'm doing all right. Never been in your live before, but I've seen you millions of times, and I think that it's great what you do. And never seen a band before, and I heard y'all talking about an app. So what
Yes.
app? I mean, not the app. I'm talking about the money that you're talking about making. I guess off of an app. I don't know.
Yeah. So I don't know if you want to answer that, if you want me to answer it.
No, go ahead. You're doing.
Okay.
I'm gonna make a sign that says the Meet app so people. know
Yeah,
what I'm
yeah.
talking
So
about.
that was perfect timing, because I just responded. Someone asked about it in the comments as well. So the app is called Meet, MEETE. It's a purple logo. It looks slightly different whether you're using an iPhone or an Android. I was just saying, if you're curious if you're using the right app, like I just made a video on my page about it that shows you what the app looks like, whether you download it on iPhone or on Android. But anyway, so the app, it's advertised as like a way to meet people, essentially. So I say it's a dating / friends app. So you could use it, if you've been on dating apps before and you know how those work, you could use it like any other dating app and look for people to date. Or if you're just looking for people to meet as friends, or you're bored or whatever, it's a way to like talk to people. So the only difference, and I will say, so you can message people, like, message back and forth, like a text message kind of thing, or you can also video chat or do phone calls. What is unique about the app, as if you're a woman, women earn money from every message they receive from men. So, and the way that, like, the currency on the app, it's in points. So men have to pay for what they call gems. So they pay, gems are their currency, and I guess they, then they use that to like send messages to women. So on the women's side, it converts to points, and then the points convert to dollars. And so the conversion is basically like, I'm not good with fractions, but I know like 500 points. Hi, Bob. 500 points equates to $50. So whatever that math is. So every message that you respond to, you get points. And I was saying how I find it pretty easy to get points, rack up the points. And, to date, I've been on it for almost 2 years now. And I think to date, I've made like $4,800. And I spend literally about 10 minutes on the app a day. And if you want to download it, so I think now it requires an invite code. If you need a code, you can either use, find someone who has it, or if you want to use mine, if you go to my page, I have a whole playlist called the Meet app, and I think in every single video I post about it, I put my invite code, so you can use that. I think it maybe gives you a bonus. It's constantly changing, so I don't know, but if you need a code, you can use that if you want. But yes, it's called the Meet app. It's a purple logo.
Okay, well, I appreciate it. I heard you say look at your videos, so I did look at your videos, and I appreciate you holding that sign up, Patsy. I took a screenshot of it.
Yeah, if you
I'll
have
make a
any
better
other
one.
questions-
I'll make a better one. This was a quickie.
and honestly, if you have any other questions, like, please feel free to ask. Like, I really want to help people as much as possible. And, so there's no stupid question. Again, when I started the app, I didn't know what I was doing. It's kind of trial and error. So ask questions. If I know it, I'm happy to respond to it and help however I can.
Well, are you concerned at all about these total strangers messaging you and maybe finding out your location and causing issues?
That's a concern. With any social media app that I have, I try to, take I take precautionary measures to as best I can. I don't really reveal anything too much about myself. Even when they ask where I live, I'll give them kind of an area, but I won't tell them exactly what town I'm in. I only have
Uranus, Missouri. Uranus, Missouri.
There you go.
And it's a legitimate place. That's what my
That's
alter ego,
awesome.
Suzanne tells them all.
So I don't tell them exactly. If someone is pushing me to ask, honestly, I'll just stop responding to them. Sometimes.
And you can block people, because I've already blocked a couple of people.
You could block people. You could delete chats. You could report people too. You can. So again, I don't tell them my exact location. I try to be very vague. The approach that I use is I try to talk to as many people as possible, but I keep the conversations very basic, and I don't really get into very deep conversations with people, unless they're things that are just kind of sharing thoughts and feelings, which no one can find me based on my thoughts and feelings. But I don't really reveal a lot of personal stuff, and that's kind of my approach to it, because I'm always mindful on any app. How can people use the information I'm giving them? What are they going to do with it? How can they use it against me? Things like that. So I am as careful as I can be. And it's really nice when I get the guys that are tell me that they live in Australia, because the odds knock on wood, but the odds that I'm coming after me somehow are probably slim to none. So I like when I get to talk to those guys, and they're really good looking too, usually.
Are these Zoom calls?
Thor's from Australia,
Yeah, so I don't know too much about the calls, because I don't really feel comfortable doing calls. That's just my own personal preference. So I think I've done one video call on the app, and it was kind of like a Zoom or a FaceTime.
But it's through the app,
yes,
it's
it's
Instagram and them. Okay.
Internally in the app. And if you do phone calls or video calls, they're definitely you'll get more money from those than you do for messaging. And I think if you've reached, they call it superstar status. And I think if you accumulate 10 points within 3 days, which is not hard to get, you apply, you just click a button, you apply to be a superstar, and you get special privileges with that, largely being you get kind of bonus points for various things. But if you're superstar status, you can actually set your own rate for video calls and phone calls. Whereas I think otherwise, if you're not a superstar, the app just sets the rate for you. But if you have superstar status, you can put whatever price you want for it.
So you're just messaging mainly?
Mm-hmm.
And what do these people want to talk about?
So
I'll let you know when I get to
yeah.
that.
So I will say a lot of them do want to like do inappropriate things or talk inappropriate things, and like whether you want to engage.
I got a junk pic today from the first guy who messaged me.
Yeah, I've
Oh,
gotten a lot of
Yeah.
that, or like you get a lot of them saying like, "Oh, I'm just here and I'm feeling a certain way. Do you want to help me out?" And it's kind of like, again, because I just am in it to get the money. Like I'll just respond and be like, "Oh yeah," and then they send another response and just keep being vague like that. That's what I do. And then so you get a lot of guys that are like that. And I also learned there's a lot of people out there, mainly in like the middle of the country. I've noticed. Sorry if you're from like the Midwest, but there's a lot of really lonely people out there, and they just really want someone to talk to, and they're just bored. Like a lot of people, I'd say most of the people I've talked to from there do actually seem nice and genuine and just want someone to talk to. And I expected there to be more creepy people out there, and I'm glad there's not. But
yeah, that's good.
yeah,
I won't know how to act if I actually do talk to a normal person because I'm used to talking to scammers.
yeah. And again, like, so I'm just also using it again. I'm full disclosure. I'm not using it to try to build any connections with anyone.
Yeah,
I'm
me
using
either.
it to
I
get
don't
money.
have time.
So I have no problem. Again, I'm 37. I have no problem. Like I still get like 20-year-olds that message me, and obviously I'm not going to say anything inappropriate to a 20-year-old because that's just weird. But if they just want to talk to me, I'll talk to them. Whereas like in real life, I probably would not do that. But sure, on an app, I'll talk to you as long as it's not going to get me in trouble and be creepy. Yeah, I'll talk to anybody. Like, and I'm not really looking at I don't look at what their profile says. Rarely do I even look at what they look like. Yeah, I'm really just responding, and a lot of the time, like I said earlier, I copy and paste the same messages to people.
Wow. Okay, well, good luck with your adventure.
Thank you. If you have any other questions, let me know. I'm happy to answer whatever I can.
Okay.
Yeah, be sure you follow Amanda.
I did. I
Yeah.
Thank
did.
you.
And thank you for having me. And I took a screenshot of that too, Patsy.
Okay,
And
good.
I appreciate y'all. Y'all have a good night.
You
Thank
too.
Okay, you come back anytime.
Okay.
Bob, how are you?
Bye.
I'm hanging in there, thank you. I moved from where I was. I'm
Uh-huh.
in Carney's Point now.
Where's that?
Exit 1 on 295.
Oh, okay.
I see the Delaware Memorial Bridge from my apartment.
That's awesome. How are you liking it down there?
I like it. I pay $12.50 a month for a 1-bedroom, 900 square foot.
Wow.
Uh-huh.
That's like unheard of around here now.
Exactly. I was like, yeah. Dad got remarried, so.
That's awesome.
And
So
he's,
sorry, I just want to tell Patsy, Bob
Yes.
has been with me probably since 2020.
Oh, cool.
Has been following me since then, and he's a real OG and is always very supportive on all my videos, and I appreciate him so much.
Good. Welcome, Bob. Welcome.
welcome. I followed you too. By the way.
Thank you. I'll follow you back. I gotta go check because I think I hit the limit of followers, so I gotta go and drop some that.
Not a
Yeah,
problem.
I think
ones
it's
that don't have
10,000. I think you're
videos.
close. So
Yeah.
I hit 20,000 followers the other day too.
oh, 20,000 following you. I think the limit for the people you can follow though
is 10.
is 10.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's awesome that you hit
And-
20,000.
Yeah,
Congrats.
I gotta get rid of some people. So.
And Dad went over to Europe until July 12th with his fiance.
Oh, that's nice.
Their travel with money from when we sold the house.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
good.
So
Where in Europe? My mom's in Europe right now.
they're going to Belgium, Germany, and France.
Oh, that's so nice. That sounds so fun.
Yeah, she's really nice, and she got them golfing now too.
Oh, that's fun.
So we watched the Masters on Saturday and stuff. So
Nice.
yeah, but I wanted to come up say hi versus us just typing all the time.
Yeah, no, it's so nice to see you and talk to you. And Gus is around here somewhere. I'll tell him you said hello. Yeah.
Thank you. The only thing I'm trying to recover from is I caught long COVID after my third bout of COVID.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that.
So I'm working with the hospital in Spirit Systems. in the hospital, and I'm in COVID recovery program. I got 12 doctors trying to figure it out.
Oh my
It's,
goodness.
it's attacking the lungs. It's called COVID reactive airway disease.
Oh my
And,
gosh.
and if I overdo it, I wind up in bed for 24 hours.
Oh my goodness. Well,
So,
I am thinking of you and I hope everything works out.
thank you. I'm stable right now. I'm riding an exercise bike every day. I'm on prednisone for a month, though. But no one has a clue. They go, because of your other illnesses, they go,
Yeah.
we have no clue what to do. I'm like, oh, okay.
Awful. Well, I hope they figure something out and you feel better.
Yeah, thank you. And you're looking well, too, by the way.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I'll hop down. I just wanted to come up and say hi.
No, I appreciate it.
Well, it's nice to meet you, Bob.
Yeah, pleasure.
Welcome.
And like I said, I follow you, so I'll start.
I just followed you back. I dumped some other group that I belong to. I'm like, I don't watch their stuff anymore. So it's time to go through and do a sweep again, you know. So
I couldn't imagine following almost 10,000 people. Like, I think I'm at like just over 1,100, and already I'm like, it's
when I got real popular last year, everybody that followed me, except for guys I think are scammers, I just followed them back, and then I reached a point of like, oh, come on, increase my
yeah, I guess I did that really early on, and then like I was telling you before, I had one video that like I think got like 3 million views, and that one I'll never forget. I was I would refresh my page, and every like minute I'd be at maximum notifications, and it was, I couldn't even follow everyone back, and so, which is probably now a good thing, because I'm glad I don't have like a whole bunch of randos on my following thing. Definitely need to do a sweep through some of them.
And I just got a notification too. I'm up to 10-minute videos now. I'm allowed. So,
oh, that's good.
So, but I'll start commenting on your videos and sharing too, Patsy.
Oh, sweet. Thank you.
So.
Thank you so much.
Yep. Have a great night, both of you.
You too. Nice to meet you.
Pleasure. Bye.
That's cool. This has been great. Does anybody else want to pop in the box? Because if not, I'll let Amanda go. Anybody has
any other questions, comments, anything about what were we talking about? FBI pro tips, as I call them, anything about scammers, catfishes, dating, life. What do you got?
Trying to think if that's all I have.
Or any other questions? Yeah, I mean,
my little notes that I wrote in.
I actually meant to message you earlier and be like, is there anything I should prepare for or whatever? And I was like, I know she's gonna prepare something and I'll just wing it. I was like, I know myself well enough.
Yeah, I tried to just go through some of them and think, oh, this sounds cool, and you know. So.
No, I appreciate it, and again, I went through your videos too, and I was like, all right, I get a feel for what she's about. I think I'm like,
she's a goofball. She's a goofball.
So I want to know how you started dyeing your hair pink.
It was in COVID, spring of 2020. We started working from home, and my daughter, who was in college, well, she's still in college, but she was looking online at, this is by Arctic Fox, and so she was looking online, Mom, I think I want to do something with my hair, her hair, you know. Oh, okay. So we go through and I'm like, oh, wow, this pink is me, because pink is my favorite color. And I said, let's order that. I'll try it. And she's like, oh, because my hair, well, it's really white now, but I would always color it golden brown, which is kind of what my hair color was all my life. Experimenting with other colors, of course. Yeah. And so it just blended in real well. Now, I just colored it yesterday morning because it was too much white was coming through. But I wash my hair every day. And my daughter's like, Mom, don't wash your hair every day. Look, I've washed my hair every morning in the shower forever. I got to so I can style my hair or something. So when it starts to fade, because it does fade fast, because I do that, but it blends in really well. But I got this one patch back here on the left side of my neck that's still gray. And I would always kid my hairdresser, where the hell did this come from? You know, because my mother had beautiful white hair. And if I were to let it go, it would too, but I'm just not ready for that. You know, I told my daughter, look, when I'm 90 years old, you're going to keep coloring my hair pink.
I love it. It looks so good on you.
Thank you. It works. And, you know, it's just when I'm out in public, not that I crave attention, but I will have somebody come up Oh, I
It's a
just
great
love to hear.
conversation starter, I'm sure, but like
It is, you know,
it
then I can
really
kind of go
works
into
for
my
you.
spiel of here, take my card. I do a thing about online romance scams. My
No,
daughter, if I'm out with her, we'll be driving somewhere and she's okay, well, how many people are gonna she says it's snidely, well, how many people are gonna like your hair today? You know?
that's so funny.
So
But
when I'm
it's
out by myself, I'll text her, hey, somebody just said they liked my hair.
that's so funny. But it
So it's
looks so
kind
good on
of,
you. I wish I could do
yeah,
that.
thank you. It's kind of become part of my brand, if that's
Yeah.
what you want to call it. Because I just changed the name to Pink Lady Against Scammers last May. So,
Hmm.
because it fit more with what I did. Previously, it was online dating with Patsy, and it sounded like, oh, somebody's got a question. It sounded like I was a dating service, and I'm not.
Yeah.
So the I had did a little contest here about hey, who can come up with a name, but you got to put in Pink Lady because this one girl who used to follow me, she's busy now, but she's worked in like media and stuff, and she goes, you need something that grabs, like the Pink Lady something. So
No, it's
that's
perfect. It's
thank you.
yes. And I even went
Yeah.
through a whole like so once I started kind of gaining a following, I actually took like courses about TikTok and you know how to like market yourself and things like that. And
I
my
bought
big
a
thing so
book.
when I started my page, it was like my name and like my birthday, things I said you shouldn't do, you know, but I wasn't expecting to get a following. So then all of a sudden I did that and I realized like I need to change mine to make it like fit kind of my brand. And actually uh the person I was taking these courses from was the one that came up with like my current username um and yeah, so it kind of just stuck and now I've just kind of used it across the board.
Yeah.
Colored highlights would look good. Maybe I'll try it one
Okay.
day. I don't think I can do it for like my main job though, but
Yeah.
so
Well, I'm lucky. I don't I was working downtown in our main headquarters, and now I'm at a operating center, which is like 10 minutes from my house.
that's nice.
And they don't dress up there, which is nice. You don't have to, you know, although downtown was more lenient too on dressing, I probably could get away with it down there because I see other people's pictures,
Yeah.
employee pictures, and you know, so I don't think it'd be that big of a deal. And I know where I'm at. That's how people, you know, they'll say, "Who's Patsy? She's the one with the pink hair." You
Yeah.
know, they can find me. Sandy goes, "What was your worst date?" Now,
Oh my god.
Sandy is you know, you have the Walmart greeter. She's my pink lady greeter
Oh,
because when I'm actually scrolling through trying to get guys to talk to me, I can't welcome people on my screen, so she does it for me.
that's so nice. I love that. So what was my worst date? Oh my god, I don't even First of all, I haven't been on a date and I don't even know how long. Let's start with that. Um I don't know. Um the only thing I can't think of like specific I know as soon as I like when we're done with this live, that's when I'm gonna think about it. And if I do, I'm gonna make a video about it. I might even have a video at some point. I've done
Yeah.
one way back. But God, putting me on the spot right now. My worst one, I think the one that comes to mind, honestly, is just or ones that come to mind, like I'm when it comes to online dating, I'm very awkward in terms of when it comes to taking that transition from like, hey, we're doing online and now we're going to meet in real life. And I think largely because I've been so let down. And it's not even like a physical thing. It's just, you know, you build them up to be you picture them one way in your head and very rarely, at least for me, does it actually, when you meet them in real life, does it actually meet or exceed your expectations? So maybe that's where it comes from. But it's, you know, I went on this date with this guy, this first date, and I think I was leaving for New Orleans the next day. Actually, I went. Side note: I don't know if you know the show Impractical Jokers, but
Oh, I love that show. I
so
saw them twice when they came to St. Louis.
so I've seen them in concert, but they've done cruises. So I went on their first two cruises. So I got to hang with them, meet them, like it was cool. But anyway,
I'm sad that Joe Gatto left.
me too. I liked it. He
I
was
mean,
one of my favorites.
he
He
was
was
my
really
favorite. He
yeah.
was fearless.
And he was great. And actually him and Sal used to be my favorite, but to be honest, when I met him in person, he was my least favorite.
Yeah.
and Myrrh I also loved. And so this cruise that I went on, it left out in New Orleans. It was their cruise. And so I think had been talking to this guy from online, and then like I was going to be away for a week. So I think he was kind of like, let's just meet up for dinner or something. And when I met him in person, he looked nothing like his pictures. He was so socially awkward, which I'm very outgoing. I'm very, which is weird because even though I get so nervous about meeting people, again, the second I'm there, I don't shut up. I could talk to a wall, you know? And
I have a good story about that.
So he was like socially awkward. And what's interesting is we did kind of wind up dating for a bit after. It didn't end well, and that was probably the only time I can honestly say that was on me. I didn't treat him well, and I think it was largely because I still was unsure of my feelings about him, but that's a whole other thing. But so when I met him, like, and again, I'm not when it comes to online dating, for people that are online dating, I despise when people use, like, I'll never say use your best photos because that's not always realistic.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say look your absolute worst because at the end of the day, we are trying to attract people. So I always say, like, do a combination, and that is like, you know, people should be able to see what you look like at your best, at your worst. And that's why I'm like, you're getting all sides of me. Like, this is what you're getting, like, take it or leave it. But this guy, I mean, he must have put all of his really good pictures on there, and then when he showed up to this date, he was like his worst. Like, I'm talking, he showed up in like sweats, and his, like, all of his pictures, he didn't have glasses, and there's nothing wrong with glasses, but like the glasses that he had looked terrible on him. And yeah, so that just like made it a really awkward thing. And then there were like awkward silences, which make me feel super uncomfortable. So I'd say that was worse, but again, it wasn't that bad because I still did go on another date with him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think like any other things that were worse, like they didn't even make it to the actual like meet in person date phase. It usually just crashes and burns before then, which I guess is a good thing.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to tell one story and then I want to hear about the cruise.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody on here remembers the show in the 70s called Emergency, and it had Randolph Mantooth played paramedic Johnny Gage. I was a huge fan of his. So I'm trying to think how many years ago this was. My daughter was younger. And so my one girlfriend, who she and I were both big fans, she said, oh, he's going to be down in Festus, Missouri for in the bookstore there for a meet and greet. It's free. But if you want to buy a picture, you have to buy a picture. And then he does a lot of he used to do a lot of speaking engagements at different fire stuff, you know.
Uh-huh.
So we get there early because we're the first in line, you know. And the whole time I'm there, like, God, I don't know what I'm gonna say. I don't know what. I'm telling Jackie, I don't know what to say. I got up there and could not shut up.
Yeah,
it's just.
Oh, I think I talk more when I'm nervous.
Yeah, I love my daughter videotaped the whole thing. I'm like, oh, I thought you were great in this show, and then I really like this show, and then I like this show, and I'm just like, they're gonna have to get the hook and pull me away.
No, I'm the same way. And that's why, like, when I meet people, I love, like, even this, like, you and I have never, you know, spoke, other than the message that you sent me, we've never spoken on a live or whatever, but it's like, I feel like you totally match my energy and we can just like talk back and forth. But, you know, when there's people that are just like, you talk and like, they just sit there in silence and then don't respond. And I'm like,
those are hard ones.
2 seconds of silence and I'm already in a panic, and then I'm gonna like fill the awkward silence with more useless nonsense, and it just spirals from there. But you know, like, I love people that just are outgoing and you know, extroverted and can hold a conversation, and like this guy that I was on that date that definitely could not.
Now it was the opposite when I met Paul Stanley from KISS. My best friend and I, they opened one of their restaurants in Chesterfield, Missouri, which is part of St. Louis. And it was the grand opening, and we got tickets for it, which was all the food and drink and a photo op. I'm like, well, we got to do the photo op. We've been going to see them in concert since 1986. Oh my God. So we're the next to go up, and I can see Gene and Paul there, and I just start bawling.
Oh my God.
My best friend's like, what's wrong with you? I don't know. I'm beating my rock. I get up there and I'm bawling like a baby.
That's so funny.
And then I'm like, and I said some quick stuff to him, and I got a hug, and but then he like spins you around, and I'm just like, okay, clean up. This has got to be a good. And it ended up being a good, very good picture.
Oh,
But I
good.
was just like, it's
No.
someone. To me, it's like my best friend and I never thought we would have the opportunity to get that because Paul had his arms around me. It was like great,
Ooh.
and it was just like something, but yeah. And then I did a video for Facebook telling everybody I just met him, and oh my god. And my best
That's
friend said, oh,
awesome.
that was great, because she loves Gene and I absolutely love Paul, so
Oh,
but yeah.
I wish I had done social media when so like for me like I grew up like in the boy band era, so like I
I
was a
like
big
the Backstreet Boys.
I'm in sync. I'm an in sync girly. And
Okay, but I like
actually
Justin Timberlake.
so first was in sync, then I don't know if you know O Town. That was like the original making the band that then they came out with that song All or Nothing that was like really popular.
Yes, I think I remember them.
Yeah, so like O Town and In Sync were like my top, right? And then so O Town, I'll never forget. I was in high school, and my parents let me like miss a day of school to go see them on MTV. Had Total Request Live TRL.
Yes, I remember that.
So, and again, it's in New York, so New York's close, like driving
Yeah.
distance. So I went to TRL. I got up into the studio. I got to meet them. Then somehow, like in recent years, actually, Ashley Angel, who was in that group, now follows me on Instagram.
Whoops,
Oh my
that's the
God, his arms
picture.
are around you. Oh my God,
Yes, that's my best friend Marianne.
I
So,
love that. That's so cute.
yeah, and I don't look like I was, because I've got it blown up real big up here on my wall, and I have one hanging in my cube wall, and I got one in my bedroom, and I got
Yeah,
one hanging on the refrigerator.
that's awesome.
I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I had to find that
No, I
picture.
love that. I actually have so I was gonna say, so that was I told you my O Town story, and then in sync, so Joey Fatone is very
I
close to the
like
guys
them.
from the Impractical Jokers. So when I went on the first Impractical Jokers cruise, at that time, like they weren't as popular as they are now.
Yeah.
And it was that cruise was during, it happened to fall on like the week of my birthday, and it rained the entire week. So that cruise the boat was only half full, and now you have, yeah, because no one really knew who they were back then, compared to what they are now. And now you have, like, it was raining, there's really nothing else to do, so you're stuck on a boat hanging with these like comedian celebrities. So again, long story short, I think Joey wound up we didn't know he was going to be on the cruise at that point. Now they like say that he's going to be on the cruise, but he happened to be on. He was actually like into a friend of mine, so he wound up hanging out with us for most of the week. He actually bought me my first shot on my 29th birthday at midnight. I have pictures of us doing shots. We partied hard with him all week. And I'm like, and here I am, like, I'm not even in my right frame of mind. And I have to remind myself, like, I was a massive NSYNC fan. Like, I'll never forget, I think I was up to almost 700 pictures of them on my bedroom wall. I used to like memorize all the dances in their music videos. So I remember like talking to myself and being like, Amanda, play it cool. Like, don't ask him to do this dance with you. Like, don't, just play it cool, play it cool. But he was actually like so down to earth and super cool, which was awesome. I'm like, this is someone I've totally like, I mean, don't get me wrong, he wasn't my favorite NSYNC member, but it was still like crazy to be hanging out with someone I adored for the majority of my life.
Yeah. No, this was how many years ago? It might have been when the Practical Jokers were still pretty new. They were guests on The View. My daughter and I would watch The View together, and never seen these guys before, but I thought they were hilarious. So I started recording it, and then we started watching it. And then the first time they came through, they played what's it called now? The Stifle Theater or whatever. It's small. And we got floor seats, and we were going to be kind of close, but we were supposed to be all the way over on the side. And so I showed our tickets to the guy, and we were like center, like 6 rows back. And I'm just like, oh my God. And I thought they're going to tell us we're in the wrong, didn't tell us we were in the wrong seats. So, hey, the guy seated us. I got some great pictures. I never laughed so hard, I don't think, in my life.
Oh, their shows are great.
Oh my God. And then the second time it was in the big whatever it's called back then, Scott Trade Center, where they play hockey, the Blues play.
Yeah, that's
So
awesome.
my friend bought me tickets for my birthday, and Rachel and I went with her, and it was just as funny. We weren't as close, but it was still funny, you know.
They're hilarious. Like it's still so crazy to me that they still have so much like material and they still can be funny and like, you know, I think it's awesome that they're just like a bunch of best friends from high school that managed to make this work. And yeah, and I can tell you, like, their cruise was a great time. I mean, at this point though, now, I'm glad I went on their cruise like early on when they still weren't super popular.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it was nice, like we got to hang with them all week essentially, and it's like, you know, now since they've gotten bigger, like they can't really do that with as many people, so I'd never get that same experience. But it was a lot of fun, and they're cool guys.
Yeah. I assume they like put on shows in the evening
So
or
they did like 3 shows, like ever included, like when you went on the cruise, like they did a show, like the equivalent of a show.
Yeah.
And then of course, like throughout the day, they're like hosting like certain type of events. And they're just out and about, and you can just kind of come up to them, hang with them, say hi. But yeah, they do shows. I'm trying to remember what else they did, and they would like host some games and whatever. But I remember like Murr and Joe were always out and about and mingling with people a bit more than Sal and Q were.
Yeah.
Q was just the entire trip. He was drunk and went to the bowling alley, which was like for the celebrities only. He kept to himself, and I got one picture with them, and I just remember that man smelled like he hadn't showered in weeks. Yeah. But I mean, like, listen, it was their first cruise. He's enjoying himself. Like, I don't blame him.
Yeah.
And I'm sure he's nice. He just, at the time I met him, was just not very coherent. And Sal at the time had brought his girlfriend on the ship, and you know, was with her every time, which was a bummer because he was my favorite, so he was a letdown. But I was surprised. Murr also bought me a shot for my birthday. Like, Murr was super cool. Like, him and Joe were great. But yeah, it was an experience. It was super fun.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
Well, if nobody else has any questions, Amanda, thank you so much. This has been so much fun.
This was fun.
You know, I like to add people on, although you did give me the one idea, I need to add playlists on my stuff so it's all organized better.
Yeah.
So I'm put that on my to-do list.
Yeah, and I still I know that even TikTok I think gives you the option to do series now, which I know you can charge people for, but I don't feel right charging people for videos that
I don't either. I always tell people you don't have to give me gifts, you know, donate to my favorite organization for educating about scammers, you know, so I don't need that. I don't require that.
Yeah.
And I would never do subscriptions because I have t-shirts that somebody sells for me. I don't get anything. It's, you know, they're $25 with $5 shipping. I don't get a cut. What would get my cut that gets donated to Advocating for You, which is an organization that's really does great stuff. Yeah. So it's like you know, and then when I do have stuff, I make little calendars. Of course, I don't have any around here.
Oh yeah, I saw that video that you made.
Yeah, I send those out for free. I make car signs. I send those out for free.
That's so cool. I love that you do that.
Yeah, you know, so it's like I'm not in this to make money. I'm in this to educate, make people laugh, which I definitely do. I have the other night when I was doing a live, as I put those on TikTok when I'm talking to a guy, and somebody goes, I almost peed in my pants.
Yeah.
Sandy, I almost spit out my soda. I always tell people, please be sure to go to the bathroom before you come in and don't drink anything.
Yeah. Do you do your lives the same time? Are they every day or every?
Well, I used to do just Wednesdays and Saturdays.
Okay.
And then in January, New Year, I wanted to do new stuff. And I decided, I wanted to start having guests. Like I had Chad Huber on, Jersey John, Kathy from Advocating for You, and several others. And what I do is, and I'll let you know, is tomorrow, hopefully, I take this video and I edit it so that it's just the parts that you're in, you know, and I put it out on YouTube. So those that can't come, and I'll tag you when I post it, because
awesome.
I'll do a thing so that, you know, sometimes people can't come, but I try to come. So then a couple weeks ago, I came up with Pink Lady After Dark, Chats with the Scammers. And I used to only do like that on Saturdays. We would do other stuff
Yeah.
But I did a survey, I think it was in February, just asking, what do you like, what you don't like? Hey, I have this idea. What do you think? It was just like 4 questions, and I got some great responses. And everybody likes when I chat with the scammers live. And so I come on every night, which is not easy. And
Oh, I know. Yeah.
I will try. I have to, it's not that I don't enjoy doing this, but it's like I only want to be on for an hour, and I end up being on 2 hours, which is okay.
No,
Because
that's
if
why
I
I
get
stopped doing
dudes,
live.
yeah, if I get dudes talking, I will continue. Some nights it's hard to get them to talk to me. But Saturdays I come on around 7 or 7:30, and I will stay on late because it's the weekend if I
Yeah.
want to. But since I started doing this, more people, I get more traffic in here because I'll watch like the numbers. People participate. Like when I'm just checking messages, and they'll say, like it's a fake celebrity, and I'll say,
Mhm.
oh, he wants me to buy a fan card. So I'll ask everybody, okay, how much is the fan card? And everybody will throw numbers down there. And then when he tells me, oh, it's $500. Okay, Sandy, you guessed it. You won. Not that you win anything. Or
No, that's funny.
yeah, or he'll say his wife died, and then I'll ask how, and then I'll say, okay, guys, how did his wife die? It's the same thing. She died in an accident, she died in childbirth, or she had cancer.
It almost sounds like Mad Libs, like you're asking them to fill in the blanks. That's so
so
funny.
So I mean, I try to make it interactive, and that's why Sandy greets everybody that comes in for me.
Yeah.
And then I just continue on these rants, and then if I do get to talk to a dude, then if it's under 15 minutes, I'll split it in half and put it on TikTok. But I had one dude the other night, was like 38 minutes. That just went straight to YouTube.
God.
It was hilarious.
Yeah, I still am like trying to learn YouTube. I mean, I post, like I said, my Meet app videos there, but it's like this is the platform I'm most comfortable on. Like
me too.
I post stuff on Instagram, which is also Facebook, and some on YouTube, but it's like I don't know what I'm doing on those. It's like
I just post, I put comments, and stuff. And
yeah, I do with what I can.
It takes so long to upload.
yes, I agree. And again, this is like where I feel like all my social media stuff started and where I'm most comfortable.
Yes.
Yeah. So I mean, this is still my favorite app of all, but I appreciate you having me on here. And again, if you ever I would love to come back. If you ever want me to come back on,
most definitely. If you haven't already followed Amanda, here's her information.
Thank you. And if anyone has any questions, whether it be for next time or for tonight, message me, they can message you. You can relay them to me, whatever. But thank you for getting me out of my comfort zone and back into doing lives. This is fun.
No, well, it's a great place to meet new people, introduce them. I always ask anybody, hey, if you find somebody that you think I should have on here, let me know. I'm trying to get Doc Compton. He messaged, we emailed, and I gave him a list of dates, but that was a while ago, so I need to email him again because he's so good. If you haven't seen any of his stuff,
I don't think I've seen him, but I'll check him out. But
he talks from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. during the week. He's on the phone talking to
crazy
other scammers, like the ones where he gets emails from and whatever, and they all sound Indian, I think. So
they're usually Nigerian, I think. And again,
Nigeria.
I watch a lot of Dr. Phil and all of his catfish.
Yes.
They're all from Nigeria, and you know what to look for. And maybe that's where I kind of got my comfort level with knowing what to look for from watching all Dr. Phil. I don't know. I mean, I haven't watched him in a while, but I have seen a lot of those episodes. But
it was funny. The one episode, the last one of his I saw, which was quite a while ago. Of course, it was about being scammed. And when they showed the picture of the guy, I recognized him. We would refer to him as a frequent flyer. There are a group of guys whose pictures constantly get used. But what was neat about the episode was at the end of the show, the real guy did a video. And he says his pictures have been stolen and used hundreds of times.
I've seen a couple like that. And it's I feel so bad for those people because, once something is out there on the internet, the odds of you ever getting it off are, slim to none. But so I genuinely feel bad for those people. But it's, and the people that are getting scammed. And again, just like, don't send anybody money. Don't. Like, I can't stress that enough. And it's like, if anyone really wants to be with you, they're not going to make you send a ton of money before you meet them. Like, it's, yeah.
Sandy reminded me, I also have a database which I have to update, but I've got over 2,000 pictures in there. It's guys who have contacted me over the years.
Yeah.
Later on, I was able to just do most of my scammers are all my scammers are Instagram now. I have 2 accounts.
Okay.
The Pink Lady account and then Suzanne Sugarbaker, who's my alter ego. And that's how I get people, they follow me, I follow them back, and then I get messages. And so I'm not even really on dating sites anymore. I still have a Plenty of Fish one just for fun.
Yeah.
But I changed the pictures to Suzanne with the wig.
That's so funny.
And I actually had one guy, oh, you look like fun. You're a lot of fun. And I responded back, I am,
Oh my, you're so brave for responding. Like, I just think about like all my DMs and like the amount of people in my DMs that like don't have profile pictures that like just I could tell are trying to scam me. And it's like, I don't know if it's just like, it gives me anxiety. So I give you so much props for like actually engaging with it.
Let me tell you, before 2020, when they would call me, I would I can't talk to them. I don't know what happened, but one day I decided to talk to them. And what I had to do was I have a microphone that I put right by my phone so that my computer video camera will record it all.
Yeah.
And you can get it. Now, I haven't done that in ages because I do it all on here now, which is so much easier. So I don't have to I don't even look at my Instagram until I come on here. And so yeah, but then after that, it's like, I'll call them and it's just.
You're so brave. I love it.
It's well, I talk usually either in a Southern accent or a terrible New York accent, like I'm the Godfather or something, and it's just, and I think the other night I was talking to a guy in here, I was doing like a German accent.
Oh my God. I mean, that can be fun. You get to play different character roles.
I get to be creative. I think it was last night somebody asked, because I make up as I go along, and some of the stuff I use over and over. But some lady's like, how do you come up with what to say? And I go, it's just spontaneous,
I love it. That's so awesome.
It depends who you're talking to as to what you'll say sometimes. Now, some of them will get the same story. I'm Suzanne. I live in Uranus, Missouri, home of the world famous fudge factory, and I'm a doctor, and then you just expand from there, so I'm giving Uranus, Missouri a lot of advertisement, because I tell them, Google it, it's real,
That's amazing.
A couple months ago on my live, I think I pulled up the website and the entire live was just reading all the stuff you can do Uranus, Missouri, so.
I'm going to go Google Uranus, Missouri.
You got to. Well, hopefully my daughter's still busy with school and working. But hopefully when she gets out in May or early June, we're going to take a ride to Uranus, Missouri, because I think it's 2 hours from St. Louis.
Wow.
I'm going to take the wig and the hat, and we're going to go there and do some videos.
Oh, my God, that's awesome.
And, hey, this is where I'm from. And I don't know what else we're going to do. Like I said, it's all spontaneous. And then, hit a couple places there and then eat lunch and come home, So
yeah.
I thought that would be fun,
Absolutely.
Because I talk about it all the time.
That's so funny. I love that.
Yeah, I get to be creative, which I like.
That's good.
So yeah.
Awesome.
It's fun. Thank you so much. It is so nice meeting you.
You as well.
I'll have you back again, most definitely.
Would love to. Thank you again, everybody. It's so nice meeting you and chatting with you. Again, anyone that has any questions, comments, whatever, feel free to message me, message Patsy, whatever. But yes, let's do this again soon. Thank you so much for having me.
And here's her thing again. Screenshot it. And you can follow her.
Thank you. I'll talk to you later. Bye, everyone.
Bye. Thank you. There we go. I don't know about you guys, but that was just phenomenal. She is freaking awesome. Like I said, I said in the note, I think I threw it away. No, I loved her energy on her videos. How she was now is exactly how she is on her videos. So check it out. Sandy, thank you for being Pink Lady Greeter. I'm hot. I gotta go turn the air down. I turned it up because I was cold when I came home from work and took a nap. So I will be back tomorrow night. Again, check out the Meet app. You know, like anything, be careful. I'm doing this. I put in hopefully only getting St. Louis guys, but I think I should change it to expand the United States or the world because I think that would be fun. I am going to do a video and I'm just going to say, hey, I do a blog and a podcast about online romance scammers. And I like to talk Marvel movies and see what happens. So it's this, be careful. You know, disclaimer, if something happens on there, it's not Amanda's fault. She just shared that information. And I signed up because I thought, hey, if I can make a few extra bucks just chatting, I can chat. And you all know that. But like I said, it'll be weird to talk to actually if it's a real person. So anyway, thank you guys. This was so much fun. I will download the video probably tomorrow and then get it out on YouTube. So again, it'll be after 6:15, 6:30 tomorrow night because I'm interviewing a guy for my podcast. So I'm excited about that. So anyway, take care. Hey, Suzanne, thanks for coming by. Have a good evening. And remember, they don't love you. They love your money. But I love you. And I think you guys are awesome. Bye.